Hello, my little creatives, and welcome back to another episode of Drawfully Fun. Draw with me. Today we're going to be drawing a cute leopard gecko on top of a cupcake. I can't wait. Let's get started. Let's jump right in and start with our eyes. So let's go on up here. We're going to start a little further up this time, not right in the middle because we're going to have a big cupcake down here. So we're going to start a little higher up than usual. So right here, we're going to do rainbow curves like we normally do. One right here. And one about maybe big finger space in the middle. Big finger space right here. Bloop. Two of them. Looks like little baseball eyes or football eyes. The little paint that you put under your eyes. So we have about 1.5 finger spaces in between right here. And we're going to do what we usually do, our big old circles going all the way around, bloop. And another one right here going all the way around, bloop. Like that. Look how cute he already looks. He's adorable. Let's do our eyes. We want him looking straight at us, so that means we're going cross-eyed. We're going to go right here in the center, looking towards the middle with our little stripe right behind it. And same thing over here, looking to the center with a stripe right behind it. Yes, let's go ahead and do our ladders. Let's climb. Ready? All the way up to the tippity top. Woohoo! All the way up to the tippity top. Yeah. Let's do our sparkles. Big sparkle on top. Itty bitty sparkle on the bottom. Big sparkle on top. Itty bitty sparkle on the bottom. Looking good. You know me, guys. We gotta get these eyes looking cute and adorable. We don't want creepy. We want cute. Yes, reptiles can be cute. I have a few students that can tell you that. You know who you are. All right, let's go ahead and come over here. What we usually do with my reptiles, my amphibians, we're going to come over here and do little hoods on top of their eyes. So right here, come around and do a really big rainbow curve all the way around the eyeball. Really big rainbow curve all the way around. Kind of like a really big clown face eyebrow. But it's not an eyebrow, it's a hood, more like an eyelid over the eyes. Now there's two things you can do here. One, we're going to make a cherry right on top of its head, like if it were the cherry on top of the cupcake that landed on his head instead. Or if you want a more traditional leopard gecko without all of this fun stuff on top of his head, then you can come over here and do a slight rainbow curve on top of his head to close out the head for a very, very traditional leopard gecko. But if you want some fun in your life, like me, we're going to do a cherry on top. Let's go ahead and come over here and do a happy face curve instead of a rainbow curve. And then right up here, we're going to follow this little invisible curve, go all the way around to the top. Bloop. And another one right here. This is the way I like to do my cherries. I don't like to close it right at the end. I kind of give it a little curve right in the middle, right here. And then I add a little stem right on the top. You can color it in that green. My Sharpie is very thick, so it's not going to look very good right now, but I'll color it in black for now, I guess. And then, of course, I'm going to do a tiny little leaf right on the chop. I will not make a mistake one of these days in one of these videos. Mark my words. I think that's down already to 2 today. Eventually, I'm going to start putting a marker somewhere up on the screen to see how many times I mess up words. Yeah, we're up to, I think, 2 right now. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's go over here and continue with our face. So now let's start making a big smile. But before we could do the big smile, I want to remind you we have a big tongue right here on top of the face. So he's kind of licking up here to see if he can get over to the cherry. So I'm going to start by marking my spot right here with a little side face, happy face curve. And we're going to go to the middle. Bloop, 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 bloop. About right here, somewhere in the middle line. And this is where I want my tongue to stick upwards. Now, we've normally done tongues facing downwards, and a lot of my little puppy, my corgi had it, my sloth has it, the little tongue sticking downwards. But we want our tongue going upwards this time. So right here, I'm going to do a big rainbow curve all the way around, like this. And then I'm going to come back over here into a smiley face curve, just like that. Okay, then from the bottom, we're going to make another happy face curve, but we're going to start just about over here, and we're going to close it out to here. So let's bring it around, a little bubble, bloop, and a tongue sticking up. You can also do that little line going upwards like that. Good job. There we go. Let's come over here and do the bottom of our lip, or our happy face, all the way around. Bloop, 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 bloop. And look at that. Look how happy this little guy is. Now it's starting to look like a frog. You can actually turn this into a frog if you want. I'm thinking of maybe doing it like this for the next time I do my frog. I have a request that somebody made to do a frog. And I'm starting to think maybe I should do something similar and have it looking like that. What do you think? I might just do it. All right, so let's come over here, create a little neck/chin line. We know they don't have chins, but just so that we can have some more contrast and some more texture in our drawing, I want to add this little line right here underneath. And then we're going to do the side of the head. So right here from the hood, we're going to make a big bubble that goes around, bloop, shapes the side of the head. And we're going to do a similar thing on the right, but it's going to be a lot bigger than this because remember the head is tilting to the left. So that means this side of the neck is going to be more stretched out. It's facing that way. So from the hood, if you want to bring this hood just a little lower down to make it line up there, bring it over here and start curving just like you started on the left. But now instead of just stopping here, bring it down all the way down, boop, like that. Very, very cute. Oh, you know what this is looking like? I just realized if you all have seen Raya and the Last Dragon. No, I'm sorry, not Raya and the Last Dragon. Frozen 2, the little fire element, fire spirit, the fire spirit. This looks like the little fire spirit now. Oh, how cute. I love it. If you want to turn it into the fire spirit, go for it. Be my guest. All right, so now that we have our little curve coming down here, this is actually the arm, believe it or not. This is the top of the arm. We're going to come over here to the other neck. Now, this side's stretched, so what does that mean over here? This side is bunched up. So we have one stretch, one bunch up. To do a nice little bunch up, we're going to do hills. So come over here and do 2 little hills, 1, 2. And that gives it the illusion that the neck is actually curving. So we're going to bring this neckline a little closer down like this, just so we can give the illusion a little better of our little curves like that. Look how cute. I love it. From the top bump right here, we're going to come around and do the body, the big shape of the body. So I'm going to come around and do a big rainbow curve, start curving inwards and down like that. So it looks like a side rainbow. Super adorable rainbow. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and give him his shape to look like he is on top of something. It doesn't have to be a cupcake if you want to. I'm going to do my cupcake though. We're going to make his little arm look like it's bent. So we have a really sharp elbow right here. So to start that, I'm going to guide myself from where my neckline is and come over here and do a really big letter C shape. Right here. Big letter C shape. Bloop. Like that, facing to the left. So it's a sideways letter C. And then we're going to come over here from the top and we're going to create the elbow coming down. And this is going to transition into the arm. So from the top of your letter C, come around and then quickly turn it down, sharp little elbow, boop, downwards like that, as if it were a little paper clip that you were unfolding. Okay. Then we're going to meet this line over here, or going to be parallel to that line with the top of our arm right here. Boop. Looking good, looking good. Let's do 3 little toes. So we're going to come around here and go 1, 2, and 3. And curve it up. His really skinny toes, really skinny toes. You can make yours a lot more bigger. Oh my goodness, that was horrible grammar. You can make yours thicker, you can make them bigger. You don't have to make them as thin as this. Do them however you like to do little toes. But we're not going to do the same thing we just did here over here. So don't go off and do these toes thinking, yeah, I know how to do these. No, we're going to do something different over here. So pay attention closely. So before we can get over to this little hand, I want to make the inner body that's going to be here. So we're going to come here from the middle of this C-shaped curve, which is our shoulder line, and come over here and do a big rainbow curve. This is going to be the inner belly or the inner chest line. Bring it around to the arm like that. There we go. There we go. Now we can come over here and do our arm, because our arm has to come out from somewhere. There was nothing there before, so we needed something to be our base. So from our baseline right here, let's just bring this down to a skinny little wrist. And we're going to make it seem like the little toes are wrapping from the other side around the cupcake, like if the palm is pushing down on the back of the cupcake and the toes are wrapping around. So we're going to do jelly beans, really skinny jelly beans. So here's our first one. Now you can make these sharp if you want sharp claws. If not, just round them out. And number 2 and number 3. So literally they are jelly beans. So you see how they're kind of wrapped around? And we're going to get to what this is going to look like a little bit later with the cupcake to give it that texture. So for now, leave it like that. Let's come over here and do the bottom side of our cupcake. Actually, no, I lied. Sorry about that. We're going to do the leg over here in the back and then work on the cupcake. So right here, we're going to come up and we're going to do a half heart from the back of the leg or the back of the body. So from here, bring this up, pretend like you're making a heart, and then bring it down and leave off right on the same path where you left off on that body curve. Nice and big. Oh man, this is bothering me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to make this a little thicker and pretend like this is a shadow. This is really bugging me here. I'm sorry. I did not like that curve. I am going to pretend like that is a shadow that's going to be underneath our little cupcake. And then right here, we're going to do little toes the same way we did over here, but not this skinny. I'm going to come over here and make them a little thicker. So I'm going to come around here, go 1, 2, and then I'm going to do number 3 right here. Boop. See, that's a little better. That's what I meant to do here. You know, we all have our off day. You can't blame me. I'm going crazy. All right, so now we have our little toes. We have our body. We got to close out the body here, but it's not like what you think. We're not going to come around and follow this invisible path and close it out this way. No, no, no. We have to make a cupcake. So we're going to create the frosting on top of the cupcake. So from the arm, about right here, come around and make a bubble, curving inwards to look like a letter C. Okay, we're going to do another bubble, and this bubble is going to go behind the foot, bloop, right here. And it's going to come back from under the foot, come over here, and make another little letter C right here. So now we should have 2 little bubbles, and one's coming around from the foot. We're going to have one more bubble. Ready? Right here, same thing. Bring it a little round curve, and back to the bottom. Bloop. Notice how this one's a lot longer than this one. It doesn't really matter because you're going to close it out eventually. So honestly, if you want to stop here, if you want to stop here, that's okay. I kind of want to stop here just to see the 3 little puffies right here. All right, so we have our left side of the cupcake. Let's do the right side. So right here, we're going to pretend like this little curve from the arm is the curve of our frosting. So it's already on top of the frosting. There's nothing else to do right here. We're going to start right over here, and this is going to line up to the same curve that we have here. So kind of follow yourself where you left off here, bring it around, and do this little bubble going all the way up bloop, to the fingers. Like that. Look at that. Super cute. It's the same thing here. We're going to come over from this line, go all the way across, and line it up, more or less, and bring it all the way up. Boop. Like that. And last but not least, all we're going to do is actually grab it from here and line it up all the way across and create a bubble right on the inside. There you go. So we have this cute little swirled up cupcake. It can also be whipped cream on top of ice cream. It could be whipped cream on top of an apple pie. It can be sour cream on top of a taco. And this could be an olive. You catching my drift? I think I'm letting you all know I'm hungry. And I want some of this food. My goodness. I gotta stop drawing food with my characters. Okay, so now we're going to add some little details to our cupcake. Now, if you recall what I did when we drew the wolf with the cotton candy, we made some little texture lines underneath all the little fingers so that we made it look like it was a soft little plushie, and it was just kind of bending into the product. So we're going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to add little lines to give the illusion that this is all bent and it's actually a soft little cupcake. See, look how that perfect right there, a little line. Same thing over here, kind of bring it in like if you were drawing one of those faraway birds, wherever you think that little toe is creating a little push into the cupcake. And there you go, the cupcake is getting smushed. Not bad. Now leopard geckos are not that heavy, so it's not like they're just going to fall right through the frosting. They're just climbing on up there and making some little imperfections all over it. All right, now we can come over here and make the inner belly curve. So we're just going to come from the elbow, create a slight curve, doop, and there you go. We're going to add some scales to the bottom of this. So just go all the way down the entire chest and the entire belly curve and make little ladders, just like we did ladders for our eyes. We're doing ladders for the belly and the chest and eventually the tail as well, because we're going to have a big, massive tail, big fat tail. So let's go ahead and do a really big tail right here in the back. We're going to start about just above the leg line right here, and we're going to go all the way up here. So let's go. Ready? All the way up. Doop, 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 doop. We want it thick on the base and thin on the top, and then a little curve on the top like this. And then right here, we're going to make it look like there's a bubble all the way around. So if you haven't noticed before, leopard geckos have really thick tails. This is where they store all their fat and their nutrients, right in here. So the bigger the tail, the more fat and nutrients they have in there. So let's go ahead and create that big bubble right back here. So we made it skinny on the top. And now quickly come out and make a bubble all the way around. Bloop, 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 and down to the bottom. Boop. Like that. Look at that. Nice thick tail. And just like we have this chest curve and this belly line, we have to do an undertail. So let's go from right up here. Create the same curve line you just created on the outside. And bring it all the way down. And there you have it. You got a big underbelly. So I'm sorry, tail. Undertail. And we're going to do the same ladders. So just go all the way up. All the way up to the tippity top. I just had to. All right. Keep going. Keep going. You're almost there. Almost there. There we go. One more. One more. Bloop. There we go. Look how cute. I love it. Super, super cute. Now, this is just a frosting. We need to actually put the cupcake of the cake right here. The cake of the cupcake. That's what I meant to say. So right here, we're going to come around from the bottom of the frosting and we're going to make that little cupcake right here. Now, I don't want a straight line. I want mine to actually be a little wavy like this. I'm doing this on purpose. Don't think I don't know how to draw a straight line. And so we wanted to make it look like it was baked and puffed up, and these little imperfect lines came out of it, and it's kind of falling over that little cupcake liner. And then, of course, we're going to do the bottom of the cupcake. Big old square with round curves on the bottom. One right here and one right here. And connect it. Doop, 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 doop. And there you have it. Look at that. Of course, the last thing we need to do here are some little lines. We're going to bring them down so it looks like cupcake liner lines. Bloop. As best as you can. You can make them thin. You can make them thick. However you like. I think this is the straightest I have ever drawn a line without actually having to use a ruler. Oh my goodness. That is an accomplishment all on its own. Wow. That's awesome. I'm proud of myself for such a small little thing. My goodness. Let's do a couple of more things before we finish off here. I want to come over here and do some sprinkles. Yep, we gotta have sprinkles. We cannot have a cupcake without sprinkles here at Drawfully Fun. It's a no-no. It's a sin. No, 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 no. We need sprinkles. Lots and lots of sprinkles. There we go. Lots of sprinkles. Okay, no, I need one more here. Bloop. Okay, now we got lots and lots of sprinkles. And last but not least, we are going to make the big old spots. It is a leopard gecko. Now, if you don't want this to be a leopard gecko and you just wanted it to be, let's say, the Geico gecko, you wanted to do the green one, you can color this in green. There's a lot of different species of geckos, so feel free to pick one and do whatever style you want. I prefer a leopard gecko. I think they're the most adorable ones. So just like a giraffe has its spots, a leopard gecko is going to have its spots, just like a leopard has its spots. A leopard gecko is going to have spots too. So just come around and do a whole bunch of blobs like this. Ooh, this can also look like a messy artist, so it doesn't have to be a leopard gecko. You can actually make these paint blobs. You can make this a big, like a palette of paint, and this can be one of the little pieces of the paint, my goodness. This can be one of the little swatches on the palette board. It doesn't have to be a cupcake. Oh my gosh, I think I just got a new idea for a new drawing that's sitting on top of a palette. Oh, stay tuned. Lots to come. You don't even know what character it's going to be. Wait till you see it. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you subscribe to the channel to get notified of that. Oh, we're going to have fun. Don't mind me. We're going to do a whole bunch more here. Bloop, that one almost started to look like a heart. Let's do some on the legs. Really quick. Really, really quick. I think that's it. No, I want to do one right here. This is looking a little empty. All right. There we go. Oh, no, the head. Let's do some on the head right here. There we go. Okay, I think we're good. Let me double check. Well, let's do a tiny little nostril right here. Little nostril right there. All right, now we're done. Let me put my pen away to my little assistant. Thank you so much for holding that. And of course, everybody knows what's coming next. The completed version. Yay! All right, guys, you know the drill. Go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can get notified of all of my future content. Ring that little bell. And of course, until the next time, happy creating.